Boom. Hey, you guys. Back again. Been working on a video. 50 movies I saw in 2018. Editing that now. When I did the video, I was gonna just upload it to YouTube and not even bother editing the damn thing, but the video is sitting at a whopping 4.5, 5 hours long. I literally stayed up until 4 or 5 in the damn morning yesterday or the day before making it. So definitely not releasing it as an unedited thing. That will just take too long to upload. I might do it after. I want to get it down to like an hour or an hour and a half, as short as it possibly can be. And I'll try to get you guys that list in no time. I think I promised it previously, but it's taken me a while to watch 50 movies from 2018. I literally kept a list the whole time. I think the last movie I saw from last year was it Bumblebee or The Incredibles 2? One of those two movies. I forget which one. Watched them back to back. But today I'm talking about this guy. I don't know if you can see him on the screen there, but that's Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. This trailer kind of came out of nowhere, you know, like all these not Infinity War, but Endgame trailers keep coming out, and everybody's like, "Oh, Endgame, that's gonna be so awesome, this and that, blah blah blah." Wow, I just saw a cat when I looked out my window, and I thought that was my beautiful cat running out on me, but thankfully she's not not getting out anytime soon, right, Audrey? Yeah, that's my girl. So I just wanted to talk about this video really quick. I'm literally on the way to work. That's why I'm wearing this coat here. And yeah, I think Joaquin Phoenix, this looks like an Oscar-worthy performance, not just because he's playing the Joker and the Oscars, and award shows in general. Like, I believe even going back to Jack Nicholson and the 1989 Batman, I think he was nominated for Best Actor for that performance in that movie. I don't think a lot of people cite that, but I think he got a Golden Globe nomination. He didn't get an Oscar nomination, I know that for sure, but he got a Golden Globe. And Joaquin Phoenix, man, I'm telling you, like, he's, after seeing this trailer, brings back memories of that trailer from The Dark Knight, you know, where they first introduced footage of Heath Ledger as the Joker. I'm getting a lot of vibes of that, and somehow even better than I got from the trailers to The Dark Knight, because I love The Dark Knight as the next person does, I'm sure. But this movie, I mean, there's something that feels so timely about it. It's about a person with a mental illness, and I hear a lot of comic book nerds just going nutty over this, and I love the comics just as much as anybody. I think I'm a bigger fan of comic book movies than comic books themselves. Like, I like the source material a lot of the times. Like, I grew up reading The Flash and Spider-Man and Daredevil and comics like that. But I always find it fascinating when filmmakers try to take a new perspective on certain characters, like, for instance, with the Joker, or with, like I mentioned previously, Nolan's version of Batman, as well as his version of the Joker. There shouldn't just be a certain set of rules when it comes to characters. And a lot of the complaints I've heard from these nerds include, "Oh, I don't want them to make the Joker a good guy." He's not a fucking good guy in this trailer at all. Like, he's a sympathetic character. All right? Like, it's one thing to claim that this character's a good guy, because clearly they're alluding to him murdering people. Clearly they're alluding to him, like, at some point, like, just having that one day that turns him into the Joker. And clearly it comes down to something that might happen with his mother, something that may happen with his love interest. It's a whole assortment of things probably happen all at once for this guy to make him suddenly go bananas. And I can't wait to see that moment in film. There's a shot in the trailer. I love the 70s feel to this movie. I love the references to other movies. There's like a photo or two of Charlie Chaplin in the trailer. Clearly this takes place in the 70s. You know, there's a scene or two involving Bruce Wayne, young Bruce Wayne as a child, and that's sort of cool seeing how the Joker affects a young Bruce Wayne even from an early age. I do hope though that they don't make the Joker the one who kills Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne in this. I hope that's not how they're going to end the film. But even if they do, I guarantee this is going to be something special. This is going to be a film that proves Todd Phillips is a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood. You know, I was never the biggest fan of his Hangover movies. I really like Due Date. I really do like the first Hangover movie. I like the third Hangover movie a lot, actually, even though it's not really a comedy. It's more of a heist crime film in a way. But his style of filmmaking, you know, and how a lot of his comedy comes from the characters and the odd situations they get themselves in, I think it fits well with this sort of film, and I think he's finally found his footing as a filmmaker in making character studies, dramas, and this film looks like it's going to be a real winner. And I can't wait to see Joaquin in this film. It's got a great cast overall. I mean, Robert De Niro pops up really quickly in the trailer. Who else is in the trailer? I mean, just a really great cast, and Joaquin Phoenix at the center of it all. I mean, this guy's going to get at least an Oscar nomination, and I think it's going to be one of those films. It comes out in October too, so it's perfectly right around the corner from the Oscars this year. And yeah, I just have the utmost faith in this movie. I think it's going to be the best comic book movie of the year. And basically, this is what I miss. I miss standalone comic book movies, because clearly they're not looking to make a sequel to this. And if they do, like, if people actually love this film, which I'm sure they will, and I'm sure this is going to make a boatload at the box office. I'm pretty sure this is going to make as much as that Stephen King It movie did a few years back, because that came out in October as well. That's an R-rated film. I believe this film's going to be R-rated as well. At least I hope it is, because it's got that sort of a gritty, disturbing vibe to it. Like, I hope they stick with that. But I have a feeling they will. I mean, Warner Brothers seems to have learned from their mistake of, you know, promising people, oh, shit like Batman v Superman's going to be R-rated, and shit like Suicide Squad's going to be R-rated, only to turn around and go, whoops, sorry, it's PG-13 now for the kiddies to get into. And that's just stupidity in my opinion. But thankfully they seem to have learned their lesson. I really liked Aquaman. Hear good things about Shazam. I hope that's good. And this seems to be their home run, in my opinion. I think Joker's going to be the best comic book movie of the year, for sure. I think it's going to be one of the best movies of the year, period. One of the best performances of the year. I can't wait to see this damn movie. I'm so excited for it. And yeah, I just really want more movies like this that can stand alone, that can make that not only comic book fans think, but fans like in general of Batman mythos and storytelling in general, just to give them a new perspective on this character. I mean, it just looks so fascinating. I really can't wait to see this film and to see what they did here. And even if it turns out to be a misfire, which, like, it could possibly be, like, just this trailer looks phenomenal, because this trailer really is one of the best trailers I've ever seen for a movie, bar none. I mean, this sold me from the very first shot of Joaquin Phoenix. I'm just like, I'm sold. Like, he has more depth and emotion to his like, just his performance than fucking Jared Leto did as his version of the Joker. I mean, his version of the Joker was just some I heard online, but I like to tell people he's Jokes Malone was the Jared Leto version of the Joker, and this version finally seems to get him back on track. And I really can't wait to see Joaquin in this role. And yeah, more movies like this, please. Like, because I'm getting sick and tired of the shared universes here. You know, and that's why I'm very happy with the way DC seem to be going with their films now. They seem to want to do more standalone solo films rather than focus on, you know, what Marvel's doing with their MCU Avengers movies, where every movie like syncs in with the next one, and every movie is basically a teaser trailer for the next movie. Like Captain Marvel's basically just a teaser trailer for Avengers Endgame, because it's like, oh, you got to see this movie in order to understand a little fragment of Endgame. And I'm just getting so sick and tired of movies like that. I want more movies, more comic book movies in particular, like this. This reminds me very much of something, feels very much like Logan in tone. Like this is going to be a very disturbing film. I can already tell. Like I'm getting a lot of vibes. Like even his relationship, the brief like sort of shot of him and his mother in this trailer. Very disturbing stuff. Like what's implied with that. And the beatings he gets, in particular the first one where they knock the sign over his head, like, and then it cuts to the shot of him on the ground. He's sort of holding his groin region, which makes me think like you know, they like kick him in the balls really hard, and like that permanently fucks with him, right? So he sort of has this lack of empathy, this lack of sexual desire that other humans have. And it's acts like that from cruel people that really turn this character, whose name is Arthur Fleck, I guess his name is in this film, into somebody who is just lost. You know, like just from this 2-minute trailer, I have such sympathy already for this character. I know he's going to turn out to be a villain. He's going to do some very fucked up things. He's going to kill quite a few people. Like, but still, I can't wait to see this film. I can't wait to see what they do with him. There was a controversy with this film. Let's not sugarcoat that, involving a certain train sequence that we see in the trailer, and some extras. Apparently, there are human rights violations involving that scene that I read about. And that's an unfortunate brown stain already on this film. I mean, that might have... like if stories like that make the rounds come October when this film premieres, and people start speaking up more about it, that might hamper the chances at this getting like nominations in general. However, I think Joaquin Phoenix already is a lock for receiving a Best Actor nomination for this role, because it's mainly to do with the fact that it has that mental illness stance, right? Because clearly his character arc in this film is going to be not him becoming a hero, but him becoming a villain. And that's going to be depicted as a character arc for him. You know, he finally discovers who he is through these years of trauma, or at least he thinks he does, because he's sort of, you know, once you see him in the Joker get up in the like his look as the Joker looks phenomenal. Like I freaking love this. Like I love this look. I love it. Like I don't know how anybody could look at that and go, "Oh, that looks like crap." That is an original take on the Joker, and at least he doesn't have damaged tattooed on his fucking forehead and his eyebrows shaved off like that stupid shit we got from Jared Leto. And you may have liked Jared Leto's performance. Like, I thought he was okay. I would have liked to have seen more of him in Suicide Squad, but unfortunately we didn't. That film is a damn mess. But generally, I just can't wait to see this film. This is now my most anticipated comic book movie of the year. It was Avengers Endgame for sure, and Endgame is still my most anticipated film. But that film just seems like an obligation to me now, you know? It's like, I loved Infinity War, but that's very much a part 1 of 2 type film, and Endgame is clearly the finale, sort of like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Like, that was part 1 of 2. And yeah, so I can't wait to complete that two-parter for the Avengers and this film. I mean, October can't come soon enough. I mean, this is this is going to be a great movie and a great performance for sure. 100% guarantee this is going to be an Oscar nomination. If it isn't, they're out of their damn minds, because this man, Joaquin Phoenix, he's been nominated a bunch of times. I don't think he's won yet. Like, he should have won for The Master, in my opinion. And seeing The Master, seeing that movie, like, you get the sense that this guy knows how to play a psychopath. Like, he's a psychopath in that movie, but he's likable, though. You like the guy, even though he's completely insane in that movie. You like him, and that's the vibe I'm getting from this film. And Todd Phillips, he's going to become a master after this film, like no word of a lie. It's very much reminding me of Adam McKay, how he went from directing films like Old School, and I think he directed Anchorman, to he goes from directing comedies to Oscar films like The Big Short, and he recently directed Vice with Christian Bale. Christian Bale should have won Best Actor, in my opinion, for playing Dick Cheney. But anyhow, enough is enough. I gotta run off to work now, guys. Yeah, it's way past time. So thank you for listening, and take care, guys. I'll see you on the next video, and look out for that top 50 of 2018, where you get to see more of my beautiful bald head in that one too. Take care, guys.